guys, and welcome back to episode 5 of Adventures in Craft. I'm your host, Kim. Today is April 29th, Saturday. Yeah, it's been so long that I don't even really remember how to start this. Anyways, let's go through the admin stuff. You can find me on Ravelry as Chasing Acorns. We also have a group there if you guys want to join us for giveaways and prizes. We haven't really posted anything in there, but you never know. You can find me on Instagram as chasing_acorns and on Etsy at www.chasingacorns.etsy.com. Wow, that was a mouthful. Let's see. I know it's been a while and I'm so sorry. Thank you to all my returning viewers and a big hello to all my new viewers. This is not a normal episode. It's going to be just kind of going over what's been going on the last few months and why I've been MIA. Alright, well, let's get started. So we're going to talk about YarnCon first, which happened the first weekend in April in Chicago, Illinois. I went with Dana of Ice Melon Stash, and we vended together. We shared a booth. We stayed in Chicago at the Wit Hotel, and Dana didn't know how fancy it was when she booked it. But we got there and we were like, oh my god, we do not fit in at all. And you guys, they gave us warm cookies at check-in. Like, who gives you warm cookies at check-in? That was pretty nice. So every day we took the L back and forth to the Plumbers Union, which is where YarnCon was held, which was really nice because we didn't have to worry about parking or, finding a parking spot every day that we went back to the hotel. And it's actually fairly easy to get around on the L, which it's been a long time since I've done it. And Dana was like, just act normal. And I was like, okay. Which was really hard for me because I'm a tourist and I like look at stuff and I like stop in the middle of the sidewalk and it's kind of bad. YarnCon, yeah, so it was my first time vending there ever. Dana was very nice to let me hop in her booth with her and try and see it. I have a hard time filling up a whole booth by myself, so it's always easier for me when I have like someone who sells yarn and I can display my bags with them, and then that way it kind of like it fills out the booth very nicely, and I think they go very well together, especially since I dye yarn, but I don't dye enough to fill up a booth. But anyways, it was wonderful. We vended Saturday and Sunday, and the turnout was amazing. We got to meet some really amazing people also. Speaking of which, I got to meet Amber of the Yarn Hoarder podcast and the girls from Knit for Brains. And when I met Amber, I was like, oh my god, I know her. She was so nice in person, and she's one of those people that I would love to hang out with somewhere. And then, like I said, we met the girls from Knit for Brains, Laura and Alicia, which they were very nice also. And I got to meet a person that I follow on Instagram. Her name is Mrs. Shu. And I'm so sad that I didn't, like, really realize it, like, ask her to hang out afterwards because I was like, oh my god, I know her. I follow her on Instagram. It was so funny to see someone, like, it's really odd to see people in person when you feel like you know them already, but you don't, and then it's kind of like awkward. You're like, I know you, but I don't really know you, so I can't, like, I have to introduce myself so that you know who I am, so that we can be friends. I know that seems really weird. I'm kind of socially awkward, if you don't know. I don't know. If I'm looking down, it's because my show notes are in front of me. I can't find my regular show note book, so I had to just use like notepad paper, and I'm like, I wonder where my book is, and I'll show you the reason why in a minute. I know I'm like going on a tangent right now, but this is like hashtag honest craft room right now. Dudes, like, look how, like, seriously, you know how like some creatives work best in chaos? I'm definitely one of those people. I've got like stuff everywhere, and it helps me to, I don't know, just keep crafting. If it's really neat, then I don't want to mess it up, and I'm like, it deters me from crafting. So I'm like, I'll just pile this up here and put these cut bags over here, and Oh, anyways, back off of my tangent, back to YarnCon. Yeah. So like I said, Dana and I stayed at the WIT and we took the L in every day. Taking the L let us explore the city a lot without having to, like I said, find a parking spot everywhere. And we had some pretty nice adventures outside of the show, which was surprising because we were dead afterwards. They were just, it was such a fun show. You just like at the end of the day, you just become an introvert and you don't want to talk to anybody, and you just want to like kind of like chill and just be quiet. So I like rooming with Dana because at the end of the day we can just both be on our phones like in the beds and not have to say anything to each other, and it's totally cool. So Friday when we first got there, after signing up for our booth, the setup times were from like 1 to like 4:30. So by the time that we got there, we had plenty of time to do stuff after setup was done because it was only like 4:30, which was amazing. My friend Liam had a spot in a show to display his knits, so we got to go see him and hang out with him for a little bit, which was awesome. I love supporting like other people that are, trying, they're doing their own thing, and it's amazing. I wish I could have bought something. I just didn't have that much cash on me, but maybe next time I'm gonna save up for one of his shawls because they were gorgeous. Let's see, what did we do? Okay, so after we went to go see Liam at his show, we ended up meeting up with one of Dana's friends for tacos that night, and oh my gosh, this place was amazing. Like, they had the best homemade tacos I've ever eaten. I wish I could just go there and eat every day. It was so good. After we stuffed our faces and like hung out until like midnight, we ended up getting back to the hotel and we like relaxed for a minute and tried to go to sleep. And then the next morning we got up and we went to YarnCon. We vended there all day, which is when I met Amber and Mrs. Shu and the girls from Knit for Brains. And then after that, Dana and I were just so tired afterwards. We just kind of wanted to go back to the hotel and just crash out basically. But we ended up stopping to get some bubble tea so that we could think for dinner. Because we just wanted to grab something quick and then go back to the hotel and go to sleep. So we got bubble tea at this place called VV Bubble Tea. I am so jealous. I really want to live in Chicago because of all the amazing food. It was just the best bubble tea I've ever had. I got like this tiramisu bubble tea, and it was delicious. In Michigan, we don't really have a ton of great bubble tea houses in my area. And there's my cat. Ow! Sammy! He wants to come up. Hello. She loves climbing on my back for some reason, so she'll like claw her way up like my back. So yeah, we ate, we drank bubble tea, and while we were drinking our bubble tea, we had this great idea that ramen would be really good for dinner. So we found this place called Friends Ramen, and it was like heaven. The food was just so good and so warm, and they have like these like mini portions, so you can try a bunch of different ramen without having to commit to like a whole bowl of ramen. Which, I don't know if you guys have ever had ramen, but like, the bowl's like pretty big when you get a full bowl of ramen, so it was nice to have like a smaller bowl. You could try different things, and I got this, I actually forgot what the name of the ramen was, but it was really good. It had like pulled pork in it and corn, and like the handmade noodles was really delicious. I would definitely go there again the next time that we go to Chicago. It was pretty much YarnCon. Sunday we just went in, we vended and we packed up and left, and Dana had to work that night, so we had to make sure that we were back in time so that she could go to work, you know, catch a um a few minutes rest from driving. But that was good. I'm gonna show you guys stash that I got from YarnCon. I didn't get a lot at YarnCon only because I knew that with traveling and everything, I didn't want to have to like pack a lot of stuff on the way back because I had to carry it in my bag on the L. So it was just best that I kept it small that day. So from our neighbors that were right next to us, I got this. They were called. I'll show you their card. And it is Mia Bella. And it's really, really cute in Ocean's Park. It was like free with a certain dollar purchase that you got. So that fabric really cute. I know I like have a tendency to like be in front of the project that I'm trying to show you. They're so cute. And then I got this. She sells primrose yarns, which I didn't even realize when I went into the booth because I was like, oh, I love that color. You guys, I already have a skein of this. Like, so now I have 2 skeins of this yarn, which is amazing because now I can do a bigger project with it. So, and of course, I took the tag off and I lost it already. So, but it is primrose. I can guarantee that. Look how pretty that is. I love her yarn too. And then from Dana, who was my booth mate, I got this. Okay, so if you guys watch Supernatural, she has these Supernatural colorways, which I want every single one of them because they're so awesome. This is, oh crap, I'm a painted whore. Look how pretty that is. This is on her singles. It's called Atria Sock. It's a 100% superwash merino, 400 yards, 3.5 ounces. But like, and this is like pretty much true to color representation. Because I know sometimes the computer can get a little, colors a little wonky, although that's blown out right there. But, and then that's all that I had gotten from YarnCon. After YarnCon, we went to literally like the next weekend, we went to Ann Arbor Fiber Expo event. There I was vending with V from V Yarns, but Dana had a booth right next to us, so we all kind of like, just kind of like watch each other's booths and hang out and stuff. At Ann Arbor, Tanya of Maybe a Crafted, she had watched my my little tutorial on the DPN, how to make the DPN cozies, and she so kindly gifted me this. Isn't this neat? It's a thing to clip onto your table, and then you can put this bottle. It's called Flatter, which you guys have been using it. This was like totally full, and it's down in there, and I've been using it like nonstop since I've gotten it. But it smells. It's called yuzu, and it's kind of like not really a citrusy smell, but it peachy. Yeah, it's so hard to find the words to describe it, but it smells really good, I think. But it's kind of like a starcher, you know. It helps to flatten what you're working on when you're ironing. So she so kindly like gifted me that, and she saw it was because she knew that my iron up there leaks water, and she also very kindly offered so that when I do need to buy a new iron, she sells them wholesale, or not wholesale. She sells them. I can purchase one from her. So I'm definitely gonna take her up on that offer, because as soon as that one dies, I'm getting a new one. We went to this place called Slurping Turtle, which is in Ann Arbor, Michigan, downtown. And we had to park in the parking garage and walk. And the first place that we went was like a 2-hour wait. So then we ended up going to Slurping Turtle, which was fun because it was delicious anyways. But it was just so funny to see like how popular it was downtown, that they should really open up some more restaurants like that. Not that you guys really care about that stuff, but anyways. So I'm gonna show you guys my stash that I got from Ann Arbor Fiber Expo. So, sorry, I got my knitting up here and stuff. So from V Yarns, who is my booth mate, I got these amazing yarns. This one I snatched before she tagged it, so I don't even know what the base is, but it is sparkly. I know you guys can't tell that from, or maybe you can. I'll catch the little glimpses. No, it's not. Okay. It's a sparkly base, and it's really soft and squishy, but I love, like, it's like mint chocolate chip. It's very pretty. And then this one is her crested base, which is 210 yards. Superwash merino worsted weight. I just love that undertone of, like, the greens and the pinks and the purples. And then from Twisted, they were having this like sale of, I don't know, they're like test dyes. Anyways, it was like 8 cents an ounce or something like that. It was something crazy, but look at you guys, look at all these samples that I got. I think I want to do one of those the woven stitch cowls out of it, because I just think that like all these little like samples would go so well like stacked up against each other. Linen stitch, that's what it's called, the linen stitch cowl. And then also from V Yarns, we were tagging her mini skeins. We were bagging and tagging all of them because her and Dana have a supernatural mini skein club. This is not that colorway, but just to let you guys know, if you guys like Supernatural, you guys should pop over there because they still have 6 months left to do, and they're pretty amazing, the little colors. But anyways, these were just little ones that she had left over, and she very kindly gifted them to me. See, very pretty. So I know I tangent a lot. I'm very sorry. But I'm gonna tell you something after this. So I got this from Fiber Story, and so from Fiber Story, every year that I see her, I end up getting some variation of her koi pine colorway. Like guaranteed, like every year I just gravitate towards it. It's just such a beautiful colorway, and I have an issue with buying in the same color range all the time. So this time I went for something totally different, and it's this nice golden, like red and gray, and like this little lilac section is so pretty. And this is it's called Sundress, and it's 55% superwash BFL and 45% silk. And the base is called Glow, and it definitely fits that description because it does. It just shines. You know, it's so nice. Sorry, I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. I'm drinking out of my mustache mug today that my aunt got me. It's very nice. And last but not least, I got this beautiful yarn from Mint Rain. She wasn't vending this year, but she came down to visit. So she asked if we wanted anything, and I said, of course I want something. So this is the, you know, I can't even pronounce that. I'm just gonna let you guys look at it. Maybe you guys can pronounce it. But it's so pretty. It's the twist sock. It's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. It's 400 yards. And I haven't quite figured out what I want to do with this. But I kind of want to make something to match my hat that I got from V, because just a minute, I'm going to show you why. Hold on. Okay, so this is the hat that I got, or that I made from V's yarn. And this is the skein that I got from Caitlin. So if you can kind of see, it's kind of like the same tonal range, but like a lighter base. So I thought that something to go with this would be really nice. So tangent again. So Friday Friday night, when we after we had eaten dinner and we went back to V's house, which we stay all of us stayed at V's house, which we call yarn camp, which is so much fun. Um, so we were all like, okay, well, what needs to get done? So V was like, well, I have some stuff that needs to be bagged. You know, do you guys want to help? We're like, oh yeah, well, we'll help, of course. You know, it's the least we could do for staying at her house for free. So you guys, oh my god. So we put YouTube on and we played 90s music till like 2 in the morning, and we were like bagging yarn and tagging and calling out names for colorways. And finally at 2 o'clock in the morning, they decided to have a dance party. And I was like, yep, I'm going to bed. It was so much fun, but I just, at that point, I was like, dudes, it's like 2 a.m. We've got to get up in the morning tomorrow. Needless to say, getting up in the morning was very, very hard the next day. But it was a lot of fun. I love V and Dana, and it's just so much fun hanging out with them. Okay, so we're gonna go on to works in progress, which is, besides making and cutting bags, is the only quote unquote work in progress that I've been working on. And you guys know this one. This is my, kicking it in my large bag. I was knitting and walking, so why it's unsnapped. So you guys have seen this project like 5 times already. I'm sure that you're sick of it. But it is my Stephen West Doodler. And luckily I'm on the last section pretty much, which is the edging. Oh, it's backwards. No, that's right. Okay. Which, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I messed up here. Can you see where that is? I connected it on the wrong side. I'm not undoing it. I'm just gonna leave it. I don't even. Nope, I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna keep going. I only have one more color. I'm actually pretty much almost done with this section, and I just have one more purple section plus the edging to do. Caitlin of Mint Rain had finished hers, and she told me that the bind off, the I-cord bind off, takes 5 hours. Oh my god. This is already a slog. I'm already like, as much as I want this project to be done and to have it and to wear it, I'm really over knitting it. Like, the edge is just so long and it takes so long to do the rows that I'm just like, done. I'm done. But I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna finish it. It's almost done. This is out of Plucky, Primo Fingering. The gray is Jack of All Trades. The green is Fiona, I believe. I don't have my show notebook, so I can't really tell you. And I forgot what this purple is called, but it's really squishy though. So, which is why I really want it finished, because it's so soft and so nice. But that is that project. I'm working on Chiagu interchangeables on size 4, 3.5 millimeter. Yep, and I'm on my last section. So that's one work in progress. And like I said, because I just got over it, it felt like it was slogging. I decided to start a couple other projects. This is in my medium snap bag. I started socks again. I used to knit socks a lot, but I just have gotten out of knitting them. I'm not sure why I did, but so this is my vanilla sock. I'm doing it magic loop on Chiagu interchangeables. It is a size 2, 2.75 millimeter. You know, I keep trying magic loop because I keep thinking, oh, I'll like it eventually. I'll like it, and it maybe because my cord is too short, maybe I don't like it. But I find it's just a pain to keep maneuvering all the stitches around the needles and whatnot. But I mean, not like it wouldn't be any different with DPNs, but I don't know. I'm used to working on 2 separate circulars, which I find is the easiest for me, which I think I'll switch back to after this. But it's just a vanilla sock. doing 70 stitches right now. It's got a 1x1 rib going, and then it's just gonna be a plain sock, vanilla sock. This is Once Upon a Corgi. This is her 2016 Rhinebeck color. Isn't it pretty? I really loved it when it was hanged up, and I like it even more in the ball because this kind of shows like what it's gonna knit up like. It's so pretty. That's one project. And then so my friend Sarah, she's taking the master class, the knitting master classes. So she's got to like teach some students right now, and she was trying to teach me brioche, which I've always wanted to do brioche. I really want to try that Exploration Station show by Stephen West, although I have a feeling it's going to be the same as the Doodler. But right now I started, and it's in my DPN cozy, and I don't have much done. I keep having to rip it out and restart because I'll get confused at one point or another, and the stitches won't be correct. But in my DPN cozy, I've got this little thing of brioche. This is the second time I've knit this section over again. Just trying to make sure that I'm doing it absolutely correct. So, and I've heard a lot of people say that you just gotta like dive into a project to actually start like really understanding brioche, which I think is what's gonna have to happen. I might just have to start a project to actually know what I'm doing on it. Like, see? And this is just some fab yarn from Joann's. I don't even have the ball bands. It was just some, I got it for like, I don't know, it's like $2 or something. I figure if I'm gonna waste the project, you know, I didn't want to do it with expensive yarn. So yeah, so you guys, that's pretty much all I've been working on except for making bags. So if you guys are not here for that, don't worry about it. Or not, no, don't worry about it. Like, thanks so much for coming. But we're gonna move on to the shop section. So if you're not here for that, then thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. That's what I meant to say. Bags, bags, and bags. That's all I've been doing lately. So we got some smalls cut that need to be turned into bags, and got some mediums that just need snaps and drawstrings. Some more mediums. And these will all, maybe not all be going to the shop because I do have another show coming up at Tip of the Mitt Fiber Festival in Traverse City at Emmett County Fairgrounds. That is May 20th and 21st, is Saturday and Sunday. So I'll be in the barn. I don't have my booth number yet. And then Emily of Fiber Addiction, she's going to be kind of like my booth mate. The barn stalls are only 10 by 10. They're divided by a wall, so we couldn't get like a double to like be together in the same booth. So I have to fill up a whole booth by myself, and I'm a little worried about it, but we'll see how it goes. And then we got some smalls. I love this camping fabric. Isn't that so cute? And then we got this new Constellation fabric. You guys, you can't tell, but this is metallic, and it is so shiny. It's so pretty. I really love this fabric. And then some arrows, and then Super Mario's, and then some Foxies. So all those will be either coming with me to the Fiber Festival at Tip of the Mitt, or will be listed in the shop shortly. So anyways, you guys, that's all I really have for this episode. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we hope to see you next time. Take care.